You must be kidding me.
All right, so we've spent today, this comes from the Twitter account Car Dealership Guy. If you're not following CDG over on Twitter, he is a worthy follow. We've been talking about used cars all day, and we've seen, right?
Yes.
We've seen some slight declines in used car prices. We've got, Dad, a 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee with 241,000 miles on it for $18,565. Now, that is not the really you got to be kidding me. So you're probably thinking to yourself, what? What is the really you got to be kidding me? The fact that CarFax says it's a good value.
Well, you know what the really you got to be kidding me is? That I believe from the day that was sold to the day that those pictures were taken, that's probably the first time that vehicle's ever been in park. To get 241,000 miles on it, and yeah, that would be a good deal if it had, I don't know, maybe 150,000 less miles on it. But
those good deal, bad deal things, folks, man, they are just, yeah, I don't put a lot of stock in them.
There should be a thing that says, don't do it. Just don't do it. Because at $19,000, you're pretty much assured you're going to be dumping another $19,000 into that as you inch ever closer to 250,000 miles on that, because all the stuff that's going to break, it ain't going to be cheap. And yeah, good. That's a good buy. Yeah, that would be a good buy. BY. Like, I got to leave now.
Okay, Pops, getting your extended warranty from CarEdge, what do you need to know?
You're getting the same warranty you get at any dealer, just for a lot less.
CarEdge.com/warranty.
Dealership employee conned nearly a dozen buyers for tens of thousands in cash. These are the stories that we hate, but it really is you've got to be kidding me. The man stole $179,000 in payments while never giving customers the cars they thought they purchased. You ready for this one, Dad?
Bet you didn't give him a receipt either. Here,
thank you to
it's written on the back of my business card.
Yeah. Thank you to the reporters at the Miami Herald for covering this one. The scam started with Carlos Ravello, a finance manager at a Honda dealership. Ravello would advertise cars at prices that were too good to be true. You surprised yet that this is in Florida? Like a 2019 Honda Civic for $8,900 or a 2019 Honda CR-V for $12,000. When buyers contacted him about these cars, he'd make a deal. But when it came time to pay for the vehicles, buyers couldn't finance. Ravello would say that they could only pay him cash.
Wow.
That's what happened to one customer who says Ravello scammed them in December of 2022. They made a deal with him to buy the aforementioned 19 CR-V for $12,000. The woman says her husband went to the bank to get a check and gave it to Ravello while he told them they'd have to come back the next day to get the car. He let us ride in the car. He gave me the VIN, the receipt, making it seem like everything was legit. Another buyer trusted Ravello enough to purchase a car from him because of familiarity. He and her mother-in-law knew each other and had gone to school together. A police report details how Ravello further earned her trust, telling her things like he was able to, quote, get her a good deal. The same lie persisted. Ravello told her she could only pay cash. She did, giving him $32,000 in 2 installments. The same day she made the final payment, he made up an excuse as to why she couldn't get the car yet. Not long after, he stopped responding to her calls and texts, demanding her money back. Authorities say Ravello did this to a total of 11 people, earning $179,000 from the illicit, quote, sales. He was arrested and charged.
Wow.
Pops, this is idiocy. Idiocracy. This is insane.
Well, or you could say this is insanity.
Insanity,
This is troubling. But this is a situation, and you've heard me say it, and they said it in the article. If it seems too good to be true, it's because it is too good to be true. Ain't nobody buying a 2019 Honda CR-V for $12,000 in today's world. And you don't have to look far or hard to figure that out. All you have to do is I don't know, go online and look at prices for these things and go, let's see, everybody else is in the 30s. You're at 12. What's wrong here? So it is a case of people not doing their due diligence and falling prey to someone like Mr. Ravello. It is unfortunate. But part of the blame goes to the people that fell prey to this. I said it earlier. It's common sense. The problem is it's just not common.
Well, and it's a shame that this was a finance manager at a Honda dealership. So, it's going to be difficult for me to say out loud. Part of the reason we buy cars from franchise dealerships is because there's some trust there. They're representing the Honda brand, like I know that a lot of people have negative experiences at dealerships. Doesn't mean they're all bad, but then there's stories like this. And so this is not the first story we've had of someone at a franchise dealership selling cars that aren't actually being sold and doing illegal things. And it's a shame because it continues to further tarnish the reputation of franchise dealers, tarnish the reputation of the Honda dealership. That's someone essentially like leveraging the fact that they're associated with a new car dealership to do illegal things. Is terrible, man. I do want to say, and this is not tongue in cheek, I am not surprised this is in Florida.
No,
we had Josh. We had what was Josh's last name? Feygin. We had Josh Feygin, who's an attorney down there, a consumer protection attorney down there in Florida, on with us for an interview on the CarEdge channel. He shared stuff with us. I'm not going to repeat it, but I'm not surprised.
Let me help people with one thing. Finance managers don't sell cars. They do the paperwork to complete the sale of cars that happen, and those sales are facilitated by salespeople and sales managers. So if you ever see an ad and you are to contact the finance manager, that's not the person in charge of selling a car. That's the person apparently that's in charge of ripping you off. So in this particular instance. So just understand the way dealerships work. Salespeople and sales managers make the deals. They're the ones that close the car deals, that agree to the pricing. Finance managers do the paperwork to complete the sales transaction and to try and arrange financing and sell products in the finance office so that they then can make some money. But they are never the ones that are actually selling the cars. They're not. And that's what you have to realize.
All right, Dad, here we go. This was sent in to us from one of the community members who's on the stream with us right now. Here is what we don't like, folks.
Yes.
What are we looking at here, Dad? This is a deal worksheet, an out-the-door price quote, which we do like.
Yes.
What do we not like about it?
Well, and this happens to be on a pre-owned car. So you have your market value, which is $26,239. And then the dealership is gracious enough to charge you an additional $1,995 for reconditioning. Recon, ladies and gentlemen. Recon should be figured into the asking price, into the selling price. It is not a separate line item. And I will bet you dollars to donuts that if you were to actually look at the repair order for that vehicle, that the reconditioning cost would not add up exactly to $1,995. Okay. It might add up to $995. It might add up to $387. I don't know. But, recon is not just $1,995 across the board. It doesn't work like that, ladies and gentlemen. What this did is it allowed the dealer to advertise their vehicle $2,000 below what the actual asking price of that vehicle is. That, in my world, that is fraud.
Yeah, it really, really is. And it's a perfect example of really, you've got to be kidding me. If you're not familiar, we are a couple weeks away. June 15th, we'll be launching the CarEdge Trusted Dealer Program. that will not be tolerated behavior. If a dealership is operating in that way, they will not be a part of the program, because that's like the type of stuff that just no one wins. Absolutely no one wins. And you're so right, Dad. When you see that, you ask for the repair order, and whatever the amount was on the repair order, sure, that can be added to the asking price for the vehicle, but nothing else. I mean, that's just artificial markup. It doesn't make any sense.
Every car is reconditioned in some way or another. Sometimes it might just be a car wash. Okay. But my point is everything is added into the cost of the vehicle before you set your selling price. If just to make this really simple, if you bought the vehicle at the dealership, if you bought it for $10,000 and you spent $1,000 in reconditioning and you own it for $11,000 and you want to make $2,000, you would then put it out for sale for $13,000. Okay. If you bought the same vehicle for $10,000, but you spent $2,000 in reconditioning, you now own it for $12,000. If you still want to make $2,000, you're going to ask $14,000. But you don't take the price and then add the reconditioning to it. That is bait and switch. That is fraudulent. I honestly believe in truth in advertising. There was one time where the local Atlantic City newspaper, the Atlantic City Press, did an article about me, about spending a day in the life of a car guy.
About you?
And yeah. And so they took a picture of me standing in front of some Nissan pickup trucks, and we had just run a promotion that had been $100 over invoice, but we took the $100 off because the promotion had ended and it just said over invoice. And I'm standing there and I'm pointing to the truck and it says over invoice. And I said, that's because we believe in truth in advertising. We will indeed sell you that vehicle over invoice. Okay. You can make fun of it like I did. You can have a good time with it. But the truth of the matter is that you have to believe in truth in advertising. And whatever you advertise, you should stick to. And to do otherwise is trying to take advantage of people. And I don't go for that.